Gonna go live? Are we live?
live?
Are we live? We are live. There is a whole lot of comments in here. We've been chatting it up quite a bit while you were away. And what was that?
That was my Instagram. No, that was me.
That was
I
me
was told
saying
to
shut up.
hush.
Shut up.
Hush.
Joshua.
Hush your mouth.
Hey, we're here. It's the pre-show. We got 10 minutes
Hello.
before the show starts.
Camera.
Uh-oh.
Story.
Now I've got to listen to myself. That's weird.
Different day, but here we are. There he is.
Okay. Check in. Make sure we are on all the socials and rolling. Yep. See us over there on the Rumble. And we are on the YouTubers. And let's check over on the Twitter. And now one more. We'll check the Face of Books. And the Books of Faces says we're live. So it looks like we're live everywhere. I will close this stuff down because the only one I really need to monitor is the YouTube. Why? Because YouTube is the best tube. So, Jarrod, yes, start working on that. I started working on that. I opened mine. I have a little bottle here. It's unopened bottle.
Well, don't spoil it for me. I'm not looking yet.
Oh, all right, well.
I mean, I know what it is because I've been contacted that we should probably look into this, but...
Yes. Oh, and that's what I should also...
give my honest review.
You know how sometimes there's somebody in the chat that you just want to mute? You want to guess who that might be?
Where is Dustin?
Oh, no, I was thinking John.
It was my 50-50. I was like, it's either John or Dustin.
John said, well, it is a toss-up between those. John says, what time was this thing supposed to start again?
Hey, that's on me, man. I tried to get home.
And then Dustin replies, which time? You know what? Here's the way I look at this, fellas. We are still over 12 hours early. Yeah.
Come on. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, so we're making up for all those other 79 episodes that we were running late.
Bro.
Oh.
Also my fault.
Actually, you know what? I think somewhere in here, in one of the comments, I actually did give you a little bit of credit here. But I can't remember. Like, these comments just pumped in all at once. So I was like, hey, y'all, I'm just waiting for Jarrod to free up, and then we're live. But the date time switch is all on my end, so I'm just happy that he was willing and able to accommodate. So,
well done on the packaging.
Story. Yep.
We gotta get the man a label.
Thus says, finally, the Vlogpasters are back on the interwebs. Pick me. Plastic bottle, Jarrod, be careful. Pick me. Is that pick me mean that...
Is there something in it? Will plastic bottles explode? What do I not know about plastic bottles?
Well, you had a knife out.
Oh, I got you. I'm shaking it up, and I'm thinking you're telling me don't shake a plastic bottle. I'm learning new things every day these days, so I'm like, what happens if you shake a plastic bottle?
If you shake a plastic bottle. Although...
if you stab it with this penknife, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Although,
it's called. Exacto.
At the same time, I think Zach he was here a little while ago, said he had a beer somewhere, so he said he has to go, have fun, stay away from the politics.
Hey, I know who that's pointed at.
I told him I couldn't make any promises. And then with those promises, I also thought, is there something you could do with a plastic bottle that could upset snowflakes? Probably.
Ooh.
I mean, there's probably lots of things, but...
I was going to say, we're going to burn it? What are we going to do here?
I don't know. Oh.
Thanos mug today? Oh, Thanos snap.
Thanos smug. I only snap before coffee.
Oh, no. Okay. Roger.
10-4. My name's Josh.
10-4, good buddy. Eastbound and down.
Load them up and something. Trucking.
We gonna do what they say can't be done.
All of a sudden, I just thought of the Mississippi Squirrel Revival now.
The day the squirrel whips her. Yep.
Let me see here. I got to send a quick text.
I'm going to hop into the comments. Always dangerous. Here we go. While Josh is away, Jarrod will play. He says, let's see. John says, wait. Says they're live here now. We've already seen all of these. Pick me, says Dustin.
What's the pick me? Oh, probably what's in the box.
I bet he knows.
10-4, come on back. Horse trailer on the Cadillac.
Ooh.
Did you hear that?
I hear things. Is that what y'all normally hear?
Yes. And just so y'all know, earlier, I was messing around with my computer.
Stop it.
I don't know what I did. But all of a sudden, I started getting static. And I'm not... Well, I had to mess with my computer because I only had one monitor working. This monitor, went kaput. And I was like, what is this? So I'm moving USB-C cables here and there, or lightning cables here and there, and couldn't figure out where everything went and what was supposed to do what. And then all of a sudden it was like, fine, I'm just going to restart the computer. So I restarted it, and that was about it.
And that was the beginning of the end.
It
we all know
popped on
this
and
story.
it went...
It's like, hey, we're going live in an hour. Let's change one cable and have the whole thing crash.
You know, at the end of the month, I will be changing all of the cables.
What are you going to do? What are we talking about? What's happening?
Getting rid of the Rodecaster and getting the Rodecaster Duo.
So where's all this coming from?
Where's all what coming from? The gear?
You seem to have a new budget for gear.
Oh, no, I don't have a budget. I'm just one of those name it and claim it, blab it and grab it. So I'm speaking it into existence. It's happening.
And for 29.98% interest, you too.
No, so part of it, I've got an extra, I do have some gear. I guess if people are wanting some gear that is probably going to be on the discount, hit me up. So I got some gear that's going to be going up for sale.
Are you filming some of this? Are you going to be filming your fiasco? And where are you going to be posting it? Oh my gosh. I have no leg to stand on anymore. So
filming what fiasco? What, getting rid of gear?
Yeah, getting rid of gear, getting new gear.
That makes me think too hard. I'm not frustrated with gear. I'm really not. But I bought two of these, and it was because my son and I were supposed to be doing a little podcast thing.
Still should, yes.
And yeah, we still should. And he's just a turd and doesn't want to. So it's why am I holding on to a $400 microphone when that would practically get me a Rodecaster Duo?
Whoa. Let's settle down now. What did you do with that? You're going to sell that?
Yeah, I'm going to sell that extra SM7B.
Let's talk. I need an extra. I don't know that I want to mess with all that, though. So anyway, think about a USB version of that. What's that one called?
The MV7?
MV7. Yep.
Or M7V or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. That
twins
might
say
be
hi, by the way.
Hello.
Dustin says hi to the twins. Genevieve, if you're still here, I know you were here. You might want to give mother a holler and say,
Grandma.
Hey, let Grandma know that Vlogpasters are live.
Tell Grandma.
She can pull it up. Jeffrey calling in the house. Blessing Pastor. Can't wait for the show. I said Zach was here earlier. Dustin's here. Somebody else is here. This guy here is here. That guy.
He's a punny guy.
He's a punny guy.
Very
he did
funny.
say he's working something about carpet, and I don't know.
Listen, he's always working.
He's always doing something.
Yes. So he's going to be passively listening to us cut up in the background, but then he can't control himself. He's got to come over and comment. Happens every show.
Every show.
So just come on over, John. Just put down what you're doing. Come hang out for a bit. It's only going to be maybe an hour, maybe a little maybe a little more. Who knows? We'll see where the night takes us, okay? You've got 15. I'm just saying. 15 until we do this thing. Who are we today? You don't know.
I don't know. I
did it.
You
don't know.
I clicked it earlier when I messed up the thing, but 1 second.
Welcome to the Vlogpastors Podcast, a podcast all about the stories and strategies of sharing God's love in the digital world. Now, here are two pastors that love to put a camera in their face and walk around in public. They are the Rocky and Bullwinkle of digital ministry, Jarrod Brown and Joshua Verwers.
That's right. I'm Rocky.
I guess that makes me Bullwinkle.
I don't know. I'm Joshua Verwers.
I guess that's my turn to say. I'm Jarrod Brown.
And
today, I don't know
you are catching us either live or on demand on the interwebs. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, all the places, Spotify, Apple Podcast. And if you want to join in on the conversations, you can catch us live, usually Wednesdays at 10:30 Central. But today, it's Tuesday at 5:30, 5:45, 6:15. I don't know what time it is right now, but we're here.
We got started, and thank you for waiting on me to get started. And what episode is this? Are we keeping track of that anymore? Or are we just going to start getting into the shows? We were like
episode
70...
number 80.
80!
We're at 80.
80! Well, congratulations, my friend. Hold on. Let me see. This way. Huh? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, missed it. One, two. There it is.
Okay. For those that are only listening to the audio, we were trying to do a digital high five, and it kind of didn't work.
For you, that was fantastic. For me, I enjoyed that more than I should have.
You probably did enjoy it more than you should have, but that's what you do. Hey, Jarrod, I saw something there in your hand.
Yo, where? This is a mug.
Nope, it was your other hand.
Cell phone, pen, knife. Tell me when I'm getting warmer. X-Acto knife.
Warmer.
Were you talking about this right here?
Yeah, I was talking about this right here.
This right here. I don't know if I can block my face out to have the audience see it, but this right here, I think, is some barbecue sauce from your brother, Dustin Verwers.
I think it is.
So are we going to do
if it is
a live review of this? Is that what we're supposed to do? I got a package. You got a package. I'm assuming.
Yeah, see, you got a package. I got a package. He sent the package. I believe we're supposed to do something, but I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do just yet. But we're going to find out shortly because I sent him a message and he's supposed to send something else back.
Okay. Well,
and once we find out, we're going to test this.
I don't have anything to put it on. I just got home from work today, so this may have to be a dry fire unless he has. Like, how are you supposed to try said barbecue sauce? You just put it on your finger? Do you take you a swig? How do you do it, Dustin? Chug it, says John. John says chug it. I'm in.
So here's the only issue with chugging it, and John saying chugging it, and Dustin sending me something. The last person that sent me something in a bottle similar to this is sitting next to me digitally.
You are welcome.
And the last person that sent you a bottle similar to this is sitting across from you digitally.
Yes.
And no bueno.
I'll never do that again. I retired from hot things that night.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, hot things are not good. And what we're talking about, if you didn't catch that, you need to head over to Jarrod's YouTube channel. There's a link in the description or the show notes or the roll call or the thingamajigger, the thing where you find all the things about the things.
Yeah, that one.
Jarrod's channel. On there is a video recently. What was that video called? Do you know?
I don't know, but it documents the grueling process. I think it's called the Unholy Trinity, or Don't Eat These Three Things, or Joshua Ruined My Life Tonight. I can't remember what I decided to name it, but yes. But I think that's what it is, and it was misery. Basically, we took the hot sauce that Joshua sent us, the one chip challenge, and the what was the third one? Oh, some bulldog noodles. Are you bringing in a third? Yes, Dustin.
What's up?
So, what's the story here, man? Tell us about the sauce. We were kidding around about it last week, and you up and sent us some. So,
of course I did.
So
I just couldn't send the meat.
Couldn't send the meat. So you are a pit boss extraordinaire. I understand.
I wouldn't go that far. I like to eat and I like to cook. How's that sound?
Yes, sir. I really wanted to taste your meat, but let's just figure that out. But how you were going to send it was kind of an obstacle, and you sent us some barbecue sauce here. How would you?
I did.
How would you say that we're supposed to go about sampling this? Teach us your ways.
John says to chug it.
Is there John wants us to chug it. Is there a proper way? Because I don't want to just like stick my finger in the sauce and be like, whoa, what is that? Should we put
That's
it
your
on
sauce,
something?
brother.
My sauce. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and
Now, it's
break
not
the seal
hot,
here?
is it?
No, it is not hot.
Okay. 'cause
Not hot.
If it's hot,
It's sweet. It's very sweet.
tell us a little about it. So it's sweet.
Yep, it's a sweet ketchup-based barbecue sauce. I experimented. I started off with just
Love the
a
packaging.
base recipe. Thank you. I just kept doctoring it up until everybody said, stop right there.
So
quick question. I know that this is, for all of the true barbecue enthusiasts out there, this is probably going to be like some type of heresy that I'm going to say, but is it wrong that this is giving me childhood memories of McDonald's and the Play Place with barbecue sauce? It's giving me those memories. Is that wrong?
what?
That's not wrong at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
McDonald's chicken nuggets,
No.
barbecue sauce?
No,
It's
we
better than
never.
that, though.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
but now all of a sudden I'm thinking, for some reason, now I smell Long John Silver's. How is that possible?
what are you doing? I feel
I
like
must
you're-
eat way too much fast food.
Exactly. This is
Oh,
an
it's the
elevated
ketchup.
sauce right here.
That's
This
what it is.
not-
It's the ketchup. It's the ketchup
gotta
smell that reminds me of Long John's, because that's the best way to eat your fish.
No.
So,
Vinegar-based
smell-
barbecue, I would understand Long John's, not ketchup.
I was waiting for somebody to like throw something at me because I said ketchup on your fish.
Dude, this is nice. So it has a good smell to it right off the bat.
Yes,
It
it does.
kind of punches you in the face a little bit. It was a little bit stronger than I thought. Of course, probably I put my big old schnoz over it. And I like it. Okay. I'm smelling ketchup for sure in there. What else we got? Well, do you have to give away the recipe? Do not give away the recipe. I get that it's
I'm not giving away the recipe. Don't worry.
okay. You ready to go?
I would.
Ooh. I'm
That
out on
might
that.
burn.
If
That
if
might
we
burn.
start snorting this, I'm out. Exit chat. Okay, I'm in for a
I
little.
would try it plain, and then I would try it on some type of meat. Whether you got, you could find, if you got chicken, it's good on chicken. It's good on beef.
Let me see what the wife's cooking. Hey, babe, what you cooking? Brussels sprouts. Does that count?
Yes.
I don't think it would be good on
Brussels sprouts
but
are
you
the
can
new
try it.
chicken.
Hard pass. No, I just
can
need an
try it.
excuse to say hard pass on Brussels sprouts. No, babe, it's not going to work.
Ask her if there's a protein.
Is there a protein involved in this meal?
Tell her I said hi.
Dustin says hello, by the way.
And
All right. She's
for
taking too long on that
clarification on protein, we're talking dead animal.
answer. Dead animal. Do we have any dead animal for dinner? No.
I got dead
No.
animal.
I don't know what she's doing.
I got
All right. Apparently, I'm
That
eating by
smells
myself tonight. Oh, do it. Put it on there.
No,
You
we're
go
gonna
for
try-
something
we
with
gotta
me.
tr-
I'm gonna take a tug of this.
We got to try it naked. He said naked.
Well, you're already
And
going
John got
after
a
it,
bottle
huh?
too, so we'll see if John.
We going on the finger? We taking a shot here.
I just stuck it on the finger. I'm not taking a shot. See, it's
I might take a
it's on
shot
the-
depending on
the finger.
how
There's-
viscous is this. Check out me in the vocabulary. How viscous? What do we got? Oh, whoa. Okay.
Ooh. Joshy likey. I don't like that it's super sweet because I'm trying to be good, but
Jared's chugging it now.
Bro, this is my sauce. This is my sauce right here. Are you kidding me? I would.
that's good.
I got a buddy of mine in Florida. He just put in an order today for 4 more bottles, the 12-ounce bottles instead of the 5-ounce that you got.
Dude,
Mmm.
this is really good. Dustin, you should be proud of this, man. I mean, I'm sure you are. This is amazing. I would have this for dinner.
He doesn't need the dead animal. He just needs the bottle of
No,
barbecue sauce.
this is amazing.
Don't drink it
would
all.
obviously-
You've got to try it on dead animal because all of a sudden there's like new flavors that are popping out.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it depends on the dead animal you tried it on.
Chicken.
Put it on beef, chicken. It's a different flavor profile.
Chicken that is coated in pig.
Ah, gotcha.
That would be good.
Pork rind
Good on some
breading.
pulled pork.
Dude, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
I like it. It
Yeah.
is. It is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little something on the lips. Probably
A little.
a little.
Just a little.
I wouldn't call it hot or spicy at all, but it does.
We lost Jarrod.
We lost him. We lost him.
It looked like his camera died at first, but then all of a sudden he went out, which is a possibility because he was telling me right before we went live that his internet went out. But no, this is really good.
Well, good. It is sweet. There is a lot of different forms of sugar in that to make it that sweet. A lot.
Yeah. Uh-oh. All right, we got
What
a
what
comment
happened
here.
to me?
I
died.
don't know. Your camera went out. Did you plug it in?
Man.
Do you not have a battery
Oh
in?
man. I'm sure it's something like that. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Mom's on here and she says, "Mama didn't get any barbecue sauce?" Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
No, busted.
Well, just tell her to, walk 6 blocks and try some.
This is true. She did give me a haircut earlier, so I might have to go over and take her and Grandma some. Because it's good. It's good. It's really good.
So if there's any comments, you're going to have to tell me what they are because I'm looking on my iPhone and words
Right.
are like really tiny and you don't
Yep.
want to glare on my glasses because I don't have your fancy schmancy lighting doodads.
So we've got... John says that the only acceptable sauce at McDonald's is sweet and sour.
Ooh.
No.
I don't know how I feel
I
about that.
disagree. I like McDonald's sweet and sour. Sweet and sour on their French fries is amazing.
I like just using the mac sauce.
So did you know that if you order online, you can actually get mac sauce in a little container?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you know you can order a McDouble and then just turn around and tell them to put mac sauce on the McDouble
Yes.
instead of ketchup?
Yep. Oh, hey, there he is again.
there.
I didn't even know that he fell out. He hopped back on again. Oh, now he can't hear
He
us.
can't hear you.
Sweet. You know what that means?
Read my
It's
lips.
time for the lip reading lightning round again.
I thought it was his turn for you, though.
It was. We were going to do that last week, and then we forgot. I can hear you, Jarrod. Yeah, so for those that...
right to you guys
don't
'cause
know.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Great. Let's play this game again.
All right,
Are you ready?
so-
What is that? McDonald's sauce? That
Big
sweet and
Mac
sour tiki? What does that
sauce.
say?
Big Mac sauce.
Seafood. Big Mac. Ooh, Big Mac sauce. Okay. Oh, mix it in with the
Nice.
barbecue sauce. Little dip, little dabble. He shakes his head. He's a purist. I don't know.
Don't do it.
You might ruin things for life, but then again,
Don't ruin my
this
sauce.
might be the greatest thing that you've ever tasted. Do it. Do it.
I'm not going to do
I'm
it.
sorry, guys. I got nothing. Where is my audio? One more time.
Well,
I love how this happens with Jarrod all the time.
if
What you
Jarrod
want
were
to do
ever answer
is
his phone, I could
leave the
tell him what
chicken out
spices
under
that I put in it.
tinfoil for 15 minutes. Got you.
Who said what?
He disagrees with that. I'll be back.
Genevieve said homemade pork rind chicken tenders. That's what I just ate. And it was, yeah, so homemade chicken tenders, egg wash, and then rolled up in pork rinds. And not just any pork rinds, queso pork rinds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are
Hey, have you tried
delicious.
the egg white tortillas that they have out there?
Yes.
Are they any good?
There's not really a flavor to them.
So it all depends on what you're putting inside the burrito,
Correct.
taco, whatever you're making.
Yeah. So, I mean,
If I
it
pile in
works.
some pulled pork and some
Mhm.
onions and peppers and stuff like that, and a little barbecue sauce, maybe it would taste good.
Yep. Mom did tell me that I'm supposed to bring that over. She says, yes, please. Josh does wear Mom's favorite shirt. So that's true. I do have the Mom's favorite shirt.
Yes,
Oh,
he's not. So
And Grandma says it's good to see Dustin. So, see,
Hi, Grandma.
she enjoys seeing us on here, and she enjoys seeing you. This was an extra bonus that nobody really knew. Dustin and I talked about this, I think, last week or whenever, and I was like, yeah, I think we can do this. I was like, I mean, I had Jarrod come in on his cell phone. All I'd have to do is just send a link, and then you just pull it up and give it permission to use your camera. That's about it.
There you go.
Oh, is Jarrod back with us?
Yep, Jared's back with us. Can you hear us, Jarrod?
I can now hear you.
You can. So, yes, what John was saying is that it totally he looked over to see if I did snort it. It was really close. Like, I didn't even realize it. I was trying to just go and smell, and all of a sudden it was both nostrils that worked, and I could almost hear a little gurgle inside the bottle, so it was close. But no, John was saying that the only acceptable sauce is McDonald's sweet and sour. I say sweet and sour on French fries.
Okay.
You can have them on chicken nuggets. That works. But sweet and sour with the French fries is really good, especially if you don't have them like a chocolate shake to dip it in. Then sweet and sour sauce works. But as far as these things, I saw it in the app. There is Big Mac sauce in the little containers as long as you order from the McDonald's app, and it's for like a limited time. So I ordered like a 20 piece and then added like 5 and then another 5 and then added an extra 5 and spent $1 for like another 5 and figured we'll stockpile on them. I don't see a sell by date on here.
So Big Mac sauce, is that not Thousand Island?
Pretty much.
It's their version of it, yeah.
To me, it tastes different than Thousand Island, but it's similar, but it's still different enough that I like Big Mac sauce. I don't like Thousand Island. I will say that this isn't as good on chicken nuggets.
Did you mix it in with the barbecue sauce yet?
I did not. I'm not going to. At least not while Dustin's on camera.
I couldn't hear the objections, so now's your time to state your case. I think it could be a good thing. You're never going to know until you try.
Do not ruin my sauce. Do not ruin my sauce.
I mean, just one little dab.
Only after you've tried it in all of the multitude of ways. So first you've got to try it with your Brussels sprouts. Then you've got to try it with some dead animals and all the dead animals.
I really think that this might allow me to eat my Brussels sprouts.
Probably.
I'm teasing because I don't mind them, but yeah, I don't.
If I put enough sugar on this vegetable, I might actually eat it. It is really good.
Yeah. That's my sauce
Jarrod,
right there. Gonna need some more.
If you ever answer your phone when I call you, Jarrod, I will tell you what you said there's a little spice of something there.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what it is, and you will never guess it. Never in a million years will you guess what that little something is.
Ah, man.
Never in a million years.
If we were to venture
white pepper
guesses.
Nope. There is white pepper in it, but no.
See. Paprika.
White pepper's more of a sweet. Well, there is smoked paprika in there, but no, that's not it either. That's not the spice.
I didn't catch I actually caught the paprika, the smoked paprika, but that was when I was doing the chicken. Right off the bat, I couldn't get it. As soon as I got the chicken, it was like, ooh, there's a little smokiness. That's a sweet smokiness. Which one is that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's only because Logan has, for some reason, decided every time he's ever going to buy Reagan a gift, it's going to be paprika. And we have way too much paprika at home. There's, to the best of my knowledge, there's no rhyme or reason, but like for Christmas, she gets a bottle of paprika. Like we have cupboards of paprika. If anybody needs paprika, we've got plenty.
Gen Z kids, you're going to have to break this down for me. There's got to be a story. You can't just randomly buy people paprika.
Apparently you can.
Oh my goodness.
And then you're going to give them complex every time.
Josh is going to be sending us Big Mac sauce all over Christmas. So
but there's a story here.
Because Genevieve will not let any of it leave the house. Like, I bought what I thought was plenty of extra. Like, I loaded up the online order with extra Big Mac sauce. Like, 3 times as much sauce as I would normally get when we all get chicken nuggets. And somehow, the next time we went, I was like, oh, we don't need to get any more Big Mac sauce, right? We still got plenty from the last time. She's like, let me check. We've got 2 left. It's like, okay, we're ordering more.
You know,
So-
Dustin's gonna send you guys like a bottle of Thousand Island with a piece of tape over top of it, like Big Mac sauce.
Says
next.
Big Mac sauce. Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
Mac sauce.
Genevieve says,
Saved you.
Dustin, do you remember me eating 2 Big Mac sandwiches once many, many moons ago? That was, if I remember, that was like a wrestling show
What?
that I think we went to, and
Whoa! I didn't know Genevieve was involved in the wrestling shows.
well, she wasn't involved in the wrestling show, but she traveled. We got together at the tail end of my wrestling heyday, so she would go around on some of the weekends.
Okay, I thought you were saying she was a part of the show, and in it she ate like
No.
stuff. Okay,
No,
cool.
but I think that's what it was, and I want to say it was at like some I don't know, roadside thing that we stopped, and I don't remember. She would remember the entire story, but it was many, many moons ago. Oh, she was pregnant with
I don't
Logan.
remember.
She was pregnant with Logan, so that's what it was.
So 18 years ago. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man.
18
There you
years.
go.
How many chair shots? How many other kids? I don't remember. I don't remember. I got nothing.
Yeah. Mom says, I used to have a recipe for Big Mac sauce. I will try to find it for Jen. Yes, give her the Big Mac sauce. And
There you go.
then my house is always going to smell like Big Mac sauce.
Bottle of
Although I
Thousand
do
Island.
know, if I ever go to McDonald's, when I have to get something for Genevieve, it is a Big Mac, no onions, no pickles, extra Mac sauce. And I mean extra Mac sauce.
Woo! It's already dripping with that stuff. She
No.
likes it.
Yeah, she likes it. Like, and she said it needs to be swimming. And there was one time it was swimming. Like when I said they're like extra, oh, they like slather it. Like you pick it up and it's just falling out the side of it. What does she do?
man.
She dips it in the extra Mac sauce to eat it.
Does she eat it with a fork, or she just like sloppy Joe that thing?
She
It's a
just does
spoon.
what you do and goes, oh.
Just pours it out of the
Just
bucket.
drink it and chug
She's
it.
got a ladle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just get her
Okay,
a
so
straw.
Dustin,
Yes.
sauce
Yes.
is awesome.
Sauce is awesome.
Barbecue sauce is awesome. Loved it.
Did John
now
try it
part-
yet? Because I know he's got it.
I don't know. I didn't see anything in here.
Pull him up.
Let me
John,
look,
get
let
on
me
here.
look.
Can we do 4
My
wide?
phone is following me around the sound booth, but I do have glue on my hands. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing that moose and
He's doing some
squirrel.
carpet thing.
No, I'm looking. Chug it. Totally looked over to see if you did snort it. Never pass up Brussels sprouts. They're delicious. Jarrod, she could probably shoot a squirrel and skin it for you. Do you want me to try it on other dead animals? Yeah, John, we want you to
Yes.
try it on all of the dead animals. We want you to try it right now if you can, but I don't know if you brought it
He
with
can't.
you.
He says,
If
no,
you
I'm
didn't-
at church right now, and the bottle is at home.
Amateur.
See, so that means we're going to have to wait for a future episode where we will ask John if he tried it. And then, just because it's John, I am not going to pull up his comment and show it because it's John. I will ask him, but I will not actually pull it up. So, all right. Anyhow,
That was amazing.
So that means we have to follow the chat to be able to see what John says.
yep, you got to follow the chat. You got to be in there. You got to be on the live. You got to look in the chat or at least hop on the replay, because for those that catch the audio replay or the video replay on the podcast platforms, or on any other platform other than really YouTube, you may not catch all of the chat because the majority of the viewers are on YouTube. So, although I am nice and I leave the chat replay up there. There was a dozen or so episodes that we didn't because we tried to trim it and make it all look polished. So the pre-show we cut off and then just started live, and now I'm just super lazy. It's
John.
raccoon season.
They're everywhere. I'll let you know. Gross. Oh, man.
Awesome.
Kill Cafe.
Yep. All right, Dustin. Thanks for the barbecue sauce. I'm going to
Man.
kick you out of here and let you go. And Jarrod and I are going to get back to our whatever we do.
Shenanigans. That was amazing, man.
Have
That was
fun.
amazing.
Thanks.
Hey, wait.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
nobody liked my jokes earlier?
What jokes? I didn't see
What
any
jokes? No
My
jokes.
jokes?
No, there was a joke. Hold on. I'll
There were
read
several
it.
jokes.
I
Mine
saw
had to
one.
reset, so pull them up.
Okay, let me look.
Well, while he's looking, Jared, you did know that ducks have feathers that cover their butt quacks, right?
Ah, stop. Oh. You found my kind of humor right there.
He said, so my wife tried to beat me at Scrabble, but I wouldn't let her.
No.
You know, if I had a DeLorean, I would probably only drive it from time to time.
No. No. These are gold. What are you
And then he
talking about?
says, see what happens when you make me wait?
That's it.
There you go.
I think that's it. So,
That's
all right. Talk to you later.
See you, man. Awesome.
That's how we do things. We do random pop-ins here and there. Isn't Ecamm amazing?
Ecamm's awesome. I mean, we had the opportunity to potentially even bring in John in that conversation if he was ready. This thing's amazing. Just impromptu.
Just impromptu. Yeah. Nice and simple.
Shooting
and actually, one of the things that I almost did, I was going to play around with it, and then I thought, no, I'm definitely going to break the stream if I do this. I was going to try to take this stream, because I can do Ecamm Virtual Cam. I was going to try to throw it into OBS, and OBS then stream to Instagram so we could be on all of the platforms, because I just happened to pop over here on Instagram, and I was looking at this thing, and where are we at? Right, wait, hold on, right. Go back in here, and then I'll click on here, and here, I'll scroll down. Right there, it says live video.
What?
Like, apparently now I have access to live video on Instagram, and I didn't know that I had access. Which, if you do this, because I can click it, and then it says go live by connecting, add a title, select your audience, and it'll let me actually do like custom RMPT. That way I could stream this on that.
That's interesting. You would have to go through OBS, though? Ecamm doesn't do...
No, I could do it through Ecamm directly. Like, I could do it right now, but the only thing right now is because the way it does it is if you pull it up on mobile, it does a center crop of whatever it is. So all they would see is our arms and hear our voices. But I was thinking I could throw it into OBS and set up a vertical format and then, like, put us on top of each other, and that way it would do a separate stream. Because Ecamm hasn't released it yet, but I know that they were intrigued and they were going to look into it. There is a plugin for OBS now that it will let you stream horizontal and vertical simultaneously to different platforms. And if you set up something like a Stream Deck where you switch scenes, you can customize and link each scene. So once you set up a scene in your horizontal format, you set it up in your vertical format, and whenever you switch, it automatically switches both of them at the same time.
Dude, this is getting bonkers.
It's getting amazing. Like, at this point, what is Hollywood really able to do that we can't?
No, they're behind now. I mean, they're
Right?
innovating so fast.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You have total access, because what do you want when you watch a movie? You want to know what happened to those characters. You want to know about the actors. You want to know every detail. At least I do. Maybe some people don't. But and you get that with this. You get to know everything. Do you know Matt Johnson?
Yes.
You follow him
Who
at
is
all?
Johnson?
Matt.
Who is
Matt
Matt?
Johnson? Yeah. Who is Matt Johnson?
So the whole "Who is Matt Johnson" was actually one of the things that got me thinking about What Joshua right out the gate. Because I was
Really?
like, who is Matt? And then I was like, what Joshua are we talking about? Yeah. The whole "who is Matt" thing, and it was like, who is Matt? Now, I thought if he just kind of went with, the "who is Matt," but the "what Joshua" just took it a step further, because then it's like the "who's on first" type of deal. What's on second?
Yep. Here we go again. So I was curious about that. I was not curious, but like surprised by he's starting a podcast now with his wife. I don't know if you saw that announcement or whatever.
I didn't.
And I thought, wow, that's a little late to the game. I think he should have always done it. Like, I think everybody should. If it's just if it's something that is as easy as Ecamm seems to be making it. Now, I don't want to say go too far here because you're the one who runs the rocket ship, but it seems fairly simple and
It
user-friendly.
is. there's so many people that are using Ecamm out there because it's really easy. And to give those that don't really know kind of like the background with me and with live streaming, I started on OBS, and that would be that I was using OBS to stream before I think I ever started a YouTube channel. And because like I was using OBS to try to stream to like other websites and stuff like that for church services when nobody was streaming services, just to test it out, just to see if you could do it. And OBS is complicated. It's gotten a lot easier and it's easier to understand, but it's nowhere as simple as Ecamm is. Now, Ecamm, when I throw up the whole dashboard and everybody sees what's going on, oh man, it looks ridiculous.
It looks like a rocket ship.
Yeah, because like, well, you know what? Here's how easy Ecamm is. I could go ahead and I can pull it up right now. If I just go here and then kaboom. Now y'all are able to see what the whole rocket ship looks like. And
Doesn't it look like a rocket ship? It really does.
Yeah, this is pretty much what's going on. So this is the display that we wind up getting.
Look at all these tabs.
So yeah, all the different tabs, but that's each different. Basically, all of these tabs it'd be the right. That's for all of these down here, like the sound effects and the sound levels, and then you've got camera effects that you can do. So I mean, I can click here and I can zoom and pan all I want.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And then here's just the scenes. And so I just set up these different scenes and flip through them. And it's as simple as just kind of, hit and play on one of them. And then it automatically does it. Or I've got it set up through my Stream Deck. So I just push one button and it automatically plays. And then here are all the comments too. So like when somebody's got a comment, and I can just pull it up. And I love dad jokes.
These other platforms, yeah. Me too, Deb. These other platforms do this, but I think that's where this one stands out, where it shows you whose comment came from where, and then how quickly you can change these scenes around. Like what I mean by that is customizable. I've seen you flop people around live and in real time, be shuffling folks. You don't have to do that. You don't have to show anybody. I don't want to mess anything up, but I've seen you do that very easily like that. Hold on, let me get out of the.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take anything to click and add and move things around and
because other programs have
things
scenes, but you have the ability to do that.
Floating Jarrod up there and
me.
So it's like, yeah, it is super easy. Now, could I do all of this on the other platforms? Yes,
with a lot of work.
With a lot of work and extra plugins as well. Like the big thing, the comments is huge. Restream will let you do that, and it'll show it from multiple different platforms. What Restream won't let you do is like edit the comments. So I don't know.
Change the dad jokes. Change the dad jokes.
Oh, change the dad jokes.
I hate dad jokes.
Yeah, so let's see if I just pulled this up here, and then I can just click a little...
Oh, favorite son, now's your time.
Edit button.
Now's your time.
And do one of this, and...
You know what needs to happen. Joshua has always been my favorite son. Sonai.
And see, now we have proof. Real proof.
Deb said it.
I mean,
straight from the horse's mouth.
Sure,
there it is.
It says over here that it's I love dad jokes, but right here, I mean,
it's just confirming what we always knew. There it is.
Like it's there. So like that's just one of the little things that it'll do. It does so many different things, but like we're talking the technology and the way that this is done. And I know that Ecamm sees new features that somebody else does, and they're like, oh. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's see how to do it. And it's twins. It's two brothers that just kind of started out trying to figure out how to do this. And it's great. Like one of the new features I know they were interested in. I haven't heard if they're actually working on it, but knowing what they've done in the past, I think it's going to be coming down the pipeline where how these scenes are there, I'll wind up having two different preview windows. Where I will have a widescreen, a horizontal, but then I'll also be able to put a vertical right next to it and build those scenes, and they're linked together. So when I hit my pre-show, there's a pre-show for the horizontal and there's a pre-show for the vertical. And because they'll already let me stream to multiple platforms, yeah, it'll work. I'm sure they're going to implement that, and once they do, oh yeah, we'll be streaming this on every single platform. Like it'll be, we're already on all of all the horizontal ones except for LinkedIn, but this wouldn't really quite fit there.
Are
but
you
vertical,
sure? I mean, come on, we're professional. Am I right? Would you consider yourself an early adopter
of Ecamm or what?
In life? Would you?
Yes.
I've noticed that you're pretty quick to the technology. Would you consider yourself an early adopter?
Sometimes I consider myself too early of an adopter.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, well, we saw that with me on the shorts. Like, I could see...
Some might call it prophetic.
Yeah. Where it's like, I saw what was going to happen with vertical video. And that was like... I did this with vertical video. Go back. We've got live streams. I have left all of the videos up. Go back to the old Vlogpaster stuff. You can go back to some of my individual live streams over on my channel. You can look at those and you will hear me say that long form vertical video will not work.
I can vouch for you.
But short form vertical video might work. But long form, no. Because I was like, when they were talking about it, because IGTV was supposed to be a thing. Where is IGTV? Does anybody remember IGTV? Does anybody remember Quibi? Nope, didn't think so.
What was Quibi?
Quibi was supposed to be like a streaming platform where it was like Hollywood-style TV shows, but they were going to be 15-minute type videos. So you could be vertical videos. So while you're waiting in line at Starbucks, because it's a 15-minute wait, like a 5 to 15-minute wait, you could watch a full episode. Nope.
Somebody overthought that one.
It was like, I like what you're thinking, but it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It just... No, there was a disconnect. Now, I watched a few of the episodes. I remember there was one I want to say with Chance the Rapper that I watched, and I thought it was pretty cool. But it wasn't going to work. Now, does that mean I know everything?
The opposite.
Exactly, it didn't. Yeah, they went defunct.
They went nearly Vine route with TikTok.
Yeah,
super short stuff. TikTok. If we're being honest, as much as I hate it, TikTok has changed the game as far as video content. You know,
and here's the crazy thing about TikTok is that you brought up Vine. That's what TikTok really is. Mm-hmm. TikTok is some weird amalgamation of the meme culture that Vine capitalized on and exploded, and the vanity culture that Instagram used to promote.
Yeah,
like it's some weird little hybrid of that, and that is TikTok. Yes, there's a little bit sprinkled here and there. Like my TikTok feed is not anywhere like that because I don't get a kick out of the meme stuff. I've got a bunch of Christian YouTubers and content creators that I follow, and they try to jump on that meme stuff, and it's like, nope, I skip right past it. I like the stuff where I could actually learn. So, or I like the only thing that I would say would fit in like that meme culture maybe, or vanity that I watch on a regular basis is Cart Narcs. And I started watching Cart Narcs on YouTube, and only because of Gene Nagata, Potato Jet, that he wound up talking about finding it, and then I went and looked for it. And essentially, it's a guy that he is the cart narc, and he goes to like Walmarts, and if somebody does not put their cart back in the cart corral, he puts a bumper sticker magnet on their car that says, "I'm a lazy bones and don't know how to put my cart back. For help, please call this number." And all it is it's just trying to shame people into doing the right thing, which I get a kick out of. I find it hilarious.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds amazing.
We have two different tastes in entertainment for sure.
But I'm one of those that I'm thinking like, that it's just a pet peeve. So it's one of those little pet peeves, and somebody had tapped into the pet peeve. And it's like, it's the thing that I always wish I could do and would want to do, but nope. The God in me will not allow me to do that.
But I can watch you do it.
So I watch him and I try to live, somehow, I can't even say vicariously through him, but, you know what I mean? And so that's like the stuff I watch, or I'll watch police audit videos, or a lot of, oh wait, hold on. Luke told us we weren't supposed to get political, so I can't go that route.
Please don't go here tonight. I don't have it in me.
I just watch some of that stuff where they're asking, just asking questions to make people think. Like,
don't do it.
Just to exercise critical thinking muscles that maybe are underdeveloped or underutilized. Those type of videos is what I watch on TikTok. But I will say, yes, I do think I'm typically an early adopter. I don't know as I've yet figured out how to capitalize on any of the tech or features or social media accounts to reach virality. At the same time, I don't want virality. Like there's a part of me, the vanity part of me, that would love virality. But the honest part of me doesn't want viral, would rather have viral for me. So like, I like it when I have a video that outperforms other videos. I don't want a video that outperforms like every other video, because if I do that, I think it's going to lead me chasing the wrong thing and go into true people-pleasing path, and I don't want that.
Dude, it's a legitimate concern, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like trying to walk this out, because we talk about this a million times over on this show. It's trying to get the message out, the message that he's placed on your heart for people, but at the same time doing it the right way without selling your soul or that whole anointing in the process. That's a tough one. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what's your breakdown percentage-wise? Ballpark me. What's your time expenditures? I know you have it on your phone, but what's your time expenditures? TikTok, YouTube. I know your primary is probably YouTube. But what's your breakdowns? YouTube, TikTok, Insta?
Of
Twitter?
Time spent on the platforms or time creating content for the platforms?
No.
Which one?
Because none of that even exists. We don't create content anymore. That's fictitious. Neither one of us do.
What are you talking about? I think I dropped 2 vlogs last week.
You did, and we need to talk about that. I think I've only seen one of them. Anyway.
Shame. Actually, one of them wasn't a vlog. I dropped 1 vlog and 1 talking head video. It might be a vlog. Not really.
Counts. I think we agreed upon this. That counts. For us, that counts.
I don't know if it does, but it was.
If
I dropped 2 videos.
A video was posted, it counts.
I created 2 videos for my main channel and 7 videos for my secondary channel, and they were all shorts.
That doesn't matter. 7
so,
videos.
As far as how much time? My time expenditure. Rank them. Tier list.
Rank them.
As far as
consumption first, and we can do production second.
Okay. Consumption first. I still think it's YouTube is number 1, because I do consume. Oh, how much time?
30 minutes, 3 hours, 10 hours.
Are we talking per day?
Per day.
I have no idea. Per day, I would probably say on YouTube, 2 hours. Yeah. I'd probably say hour and a half, 2 hours on average. Now, there are days that I've spent like 10 hours on it. And then other days that I've just not done anything.
I mentioned that today at pastor prayer time. We were all together and they were talking about videos and what I do. Kind of one of those blanket things where they ask you, but they don't really want to hear the answer.
Yeah.
And I was doing this whole breakdown thing. I'm like, people actually do spend time. The younger generations do spend a lot of time on social media.
Oh, yeah.
One of the guys that works on a landscaping crew, not Jason, but one of his guys, he was getting 8 hours a day logged on his phone for YouTube. And they're like,
Yep.
what are you talking? I told them that story. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's realistic because they have it running in the background. Usually they're listening to it, they're working, and then if it's something that they can watch in the truck whenever they travel to the next location, they're on it all day.
So that's the other thing that I was not counting in, was audio only. I'm talking like when I'm actually watching YouTube is probably on average. But there are some podcasts that I will listen to on YouTube or long form videos that I'll listen to because I know that, it's not something that I really need to watch. So I'll just listen to it and let it run. And because of YouTube Premium, you can just close your phone, put it in the pocket.
Oh, I know all about it.
Yeah.
So favorite YouTuber, since we're going through each one of the consumptions. Favorite YouTuber. Have to pick one right now.
Casey Neistat still.
Outside of me, Casey Neistat. Okay.
Casey Neistat, yeah. Including you, Casey Neistat.
Oh, I go back.
Just and that is
making a mental note of that one.
And that is purely from I don't think there has I don't think him
Joshua.
forget. Okay, so if we're doing this, you've got to play along. So, number one app that you consume.
YouTube.
Okay.
Hands down. YouTube,
approximately how many hours?
Approximately.
Or minutes? Or days?
I know. I want to tell you something like 30 minutes, but I think the realistic's going to be, because I don't know. I'm so in and out of it as I'm driving around town. Sometimes I'm listening to something, worship music or something, and I'll pop it out. So I never know the accurate numbers at the end of the day, but I'm guessing somewhere between 30 minutes and on the max side, like an hour and a half, just because of my schedule right now. So it's somewhere in there. I would guess probably 45 minutes to an hour would be dead on. That would be if you had to like put a gun to my head, that would be it. Favorite YouTuber
is from Iowa. Cole the Corn Star.
Oh, actually, no. I haven't seen Cole in a while. Cole burned me. Let me tell you what Cole did.
He burned you.
He burned me. This is weird. It's something about YouTubers. So he disappears for a little bit. They're doing their thing. Yeah. His wife now is girlfriend Neva at the time. You guys totally don't want to hear the Cole the Corn Star drama for those of you who don't watch. This is nonsense. But he disappears. His wife disappears for a while. Turns out they got married and had a child in a short span of time. Whatever. Their lifestyle choices, whatever they did. But they come back almost like out of nowhere. So the audience is like, when did this happen? Why did, there's no indication that they were building towards a marriage and I get that they want to keep some of that separate, but she has a channel and he has a channel. Anyway, felt like you had the wool pulled over your eyes and you get tired of being sold stuff. So it was like, never mind. My favorite YouTuber right now, I don't even know his name. That's how awesome this is he just crossed 1 million subscribers. He has a woodworking business. And he's been renovating a crafted workshop or something like that is the name of the channel. What?
I think I know who you're talking about.
There you go. That guy, it's just been time lapses of him working on things. And for some reason, I'm eating it up right now. I just let it play in the background whenever I'm working.
I think I might know who you're talking about. Now, I could be wrong because there's a bunch of woodworking, crafting type people, but there was one that I found back during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial because wound up, he was, maybe it's not the same guy, because there was actually a lawyer that's doing a woodworking thing, was the one I found.
I don't know if that's him. He just picked it up recently, or not recently, I would say within a year or two.
All right.
Anyway.
You find him and you send it to me and I will send you the one that I found too. If I can find him again.
Nothing, and that's the crazy part. It's nothing Casey Neistat. It's nothing normally, like, of course, for me, Peter McKinnon's the GOAT. Yeah. As far as style and stuff. I love that dude's style. But they're not my favorite YouTubers right now. Right now, I'm just watching people do things, and I'm enjoying it. And
isn't it crazy? Like, YouTube is in cycles just kind of like any type of mainstream media that we're used to, or any network-type television. Your favorite show is typically based on either the one that impacted you and hit you in the feels better than any other one has ever done, or it's whatever you're currently watching and really into.
I think it's both. I think we hop. I think we see something and we're like, oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing that's ever created. But while
Yeah.
they're in the off season making more stuff, we get bored. We kind of shop around. We're doing our thing. And that's where I found, like, for me, Peter, when he makes something that is fire, or Casey,
Right.
I'll hit him and go, there's nobody like this person. There's no show like this on the internet. And then I'll go shopping around because they're having to make more stuff or their life gets
Yep.
busy or whatever happens. But whenever they drop it again, it's like, oh, we're back. We're
Yeah.
back. And why did I ever go look for anything else? Anywho, number 2.
Number 2 platform for consumption for me is Twitter.
Ooh.
So Twitter's number 2 for me. I consume a lot of content on there. That's where I get my news, primary source of news and
Same.
information. And because I'm a wrestling fan, I get lots of rumors and stuff from there. It's also where it's probably my second or third search engine. I typically will go to Google first and then YouTube, but then I will search Twitter all the time. Like
Whoa. Break
Oh,
this
yeah.
down. How do you use it as a search engine? Like, what would be something that you would go looking for?
Well, hold on. Let me see.
I don't understand, because for me, it's just I have the For You page or whatever they call it. I go surfing the trash, and I also get my news out of it. But I don't know how
Yeah,
to
here you
like
go.
intentionally go after something.
I can show you guys.
Related
So
related
here's
to a
over on
personality.
my Twitter, right? And here's
Hey,
the Twitter
nice
feed.
art right there. I love that. Is that an
Hey.
AI graphic thing?
It is. Yeah, that was an AI graphic, and then just kind of threw things together. And so right here at the top for search,
I'm nervous. Let me just give you a little side story right here. I'm nervous about that. I saw yours. I was like, oh, I just want to see. I'm not going to post anything. I want to see what mine would look like. I'm too nervous to do it. I'm afraid of what AI would draw me as.
oh yeah. Hey, some of the AI ones that I did, they're rough. They're really rough. That one turned out well. But yeah, so like an AI enhanced audio for podcast, Adobe Podcast not working. So the other day, I was trying to do it was for us, for the podcast. Remember when I brought you in over the phone? Because phone audio is a little rough. So I wanted to use AI Audio Enhance, because with Ecamm, I get the isolated audio tracks. And when you clicked out and came back in on the phone, it had an isolated audio track for that. So I wanted to dump that in there, but AI Enhance wasn't working. So I just hit Adobe Podcast and not working. And when I clicked on it, I was able to kind of scroll through and find some other people that had talked about it. And a lot of time you wind up seeing, like, right, well, here's actually what they would do. So here's how I would do it. Here's Adobe Care replying to me. Happy to help. Looks like our community found a fix for this. So that's what I often do, is I'll look and see if one of these companies has replied. And then it'll have this, because I could even click on this and scroll up, and then here was the original tweet. Adobe Care, do you know if the Adobe Enhance is down again? If so, do you have a time frame for getting it back up? I keep getting the failed to process file for enhancement error. So they replied back and they said, here you go. So search is what I do a lot of stuff, just kind of clicking through here, and just random. I mean, I've got some saved searches just for different tags and stuff, but that's what I'll do. I'll just type in something that I'm looking for or I'm trying to find. If I can't find it on, Google, or I can't find it over on the YouTubes, that's what I do. And oftentimes it's one of those where I go to Google and I click and it gives me a Reddit. It's like, hey, Reddit had the fix for it, but it says there's 30 different results inside Reddit. And I'm like, I'm not going down the Reddit hole because I still can't understand how to navigate that. And I've tried, and it's a pain.
That's me on Twitter.
And it's usually people that are on Reddit and they just want to argue about how you typed the wrong word, how you said something and you didn't use the proper punctuation. And I'm like,
pronouns and the whole nine.
So that would be my number 2 consumption. How much time? Probably an hour a day is what I would say on Twitter, roughly. Now, there are days, again, like anything, where I just go maybe a couple days without being on it. And then there's some days that I'm on it all day long. It just depends on the engagement. And it's hard because I consider myself, the influencer, I don't consider myself an influencer. I consider myself a content creator. What's the difference? I don't understand, and I don't know, because I am an influencer outside of the social media things. That's kind of what a pastor would hope to do, is to influence the hearts and minds of people. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, for a content creator, I'm trying to put stuff out there. So I'm trying to give more than I get. Yeah. And understanding that part of it comes back to that old saying that people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So you actually have to spend time on the platforms engaging. How you and I met in the first place was, me and finding Jesse and commenting, and then finding you and seeing the Mavic Mondays. And, so you wind up getting to know people that way. And then all of a sudden the relationships go. So Twitter's probably number 2 for me. There are days it's number 1 though. Because sometimes I'll get in on like a Twitter space that's going on, and man, I'll just pop that thing on and then just be listening to that for an hour.
There's some days, since it is news, it's so crazy for some people to digest that. It's still weird for me to say that Twitter is news, but like it's leading the charge, especially things like.
I think it's always been that way though. Twitter's always been a source of news.
Maybe it has.
It was news. With propaganda put in it. I'm not supposed to get political. Luke said don't get political.
It was skewed, and now it's been freed.
It was very skewed. It was Twitter. Here's my thoughts. My thoughts is Twitter was about as trustworthy as a news source as PBS.
Okay.
Because it's government funded. Oh, I mean, controlled. I mean, but now I would say it's a lot more open and free and independent. It's my number 1 go-to where I find news from. That being said, it can be very tricky to filter through a lot of the stuff that's out there. I do actually kind of like that they changed the blue check mark. Because now, if somebody truly believes in what they're trying to put out there, and they want to get an increased reach on what they're actually putting out there, they might actually part with their hard-earned money just to get that promotion. And most of the people aren't willing to do that. So
I'm one of those.
Well, and now I think I've showed you in the past, just the thread reader alone for the Twitter Blue.
Oh, dude,
I love that.
You use Twitter at a totally different level. So my number 2 platform would probably be Twitter as well. Shocker, but that's just in recent days. I had no idea that Twitter even had news. I thought it was a garbage pit that everybody went to just to dump and rag on one particular party. I started paying attention to Twitter whenever our boy Elon got in and started changing things around. Well, it was before he started changing things around. You had made mention of a thing or two that was getting kind of different in Twitter. I can't remember what it was, but I hopped over there to check it out just to see if anything had changed in the previous history. Anyway, Elon hops on the whole thing. I could tell you within a couple of weeks, the environment changed drastically.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you could finally start saying it. You could see different perspectives coming out, and it was like, oh, this is exciting.
Right.
This is the place to be. And actual news started coming out. It was incredible. So now I can see, like, if you're watching something, SpaceX launches a shuttle or something timely, like there was a shooting, in Allen the other day. I'm sure people have heard about it. In Allen the other day, you can have live or next to live firsthand accounts from people who are posting stuff, and it's fast.
And there's a lot of people that, because of Twitter being more, in my opinion, news-oriented, and it has been even prior, it was a lot of, it was tweets. It was supposed to be short, up-to-the-date information and thoughts and opinions and what you're seeing. Because of that aspect of it, and that they're still able to do live streams with it, so you can do live video, it's huge. I know Elon's trying to update that. He's trying to improve it.
That was pretty cool.
I loved Periscope. I was on Periscope early on, messing with that thing and being around there. That was, I think, that may have been one of the first ones that I was dedicated and streaming on for quite some time. And I don't know how many different live streams I did on Periscope.
That laugh. I know we talked about it. We touched on it briefly before, but that laugh out of Elon when he realized that he's running 2015 software, he's running Periscope, and he's just giggling.
Right.
Oh man.
And at the same time, it's like,
as far as video.
So that's the thing. They are still running on Periscope. And if I remember right, Periscope was a separate live streaming platform that Twitter wound up buying because they were trying to get into live video. It is almost 10 years old and it still works great. It's the backbone of what we're doing right now, streaming on Twitter. We are on there and we are streaming. Now, when they wound up closing it down, it was still looped in and it still had some of the bones in there and it's still allowing some of the stuff. Some of it they broke because I used to be able to pull up comments. That's broke. Apparently it doesn't work now. But I'm sure they'll figure it out at some point in time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much time do you think you're doing on Twitter a day? If
Twitter
you were
day,
somewhere between a half hour and an hour and a half on YouTube's.
I'm less. I'm way less than YouTube's. I'm way under a half hour. I get it. I like to enjoy coffee with my wife in the morning. We sit down, kind of share some time together. But if I want to know what's going on in the world, I might sneak a peek at Twitter. And I have about 10 minutes in that coffee time before she goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" She calls it the box. She's like, "Get off your box." And I'm like, yeah. And that's about the only time I get it, unless something happens throughout the day and I get a notification from them or a post from you, some sort of interaction. By the way, you're the only one who interacts with me on Twitter. So thank you for that. I enjoy it.
But you're the one that said you didn't want people to find you on Twitter.
I don't want any of this audience. I want to do as much disruption as humanly possible. I pretty much, me and the President of the United States have an ongoing conversation. He never responds. But basically, he tweets and I rebut.
It's true.
I can't help it. I go scrolling through and they feed me. Twitter knows what they're doing because there's interaction. They feed me one of his posts, one of his nonsensical posts about how he's saving the economy or securing the borders or whatever it is that he say, or banning assault rifles. Oh my goodness, we went political, didn't we? Whatever it is, and
you're not supposed to go political. Shame on you.
I cannot stop myself. I've got to say something, and I don't have any other platform where I just go absolute nonsense. You know?
It is hilarious. Now, I actually went through some time ago. My Twitter feed now is much more tame than it used to be.
I'm still stretching my legs on this.
Oh, like back in the day, I'm surprised that I wasn't banned.
Really?
Oh, there was some, it was bad. I wound up going through because at one point I lost my account. I had to go back through and find it. I think it was after I lost that one, I had to start a new one. And that's when it got really kind of way out there and fringe and kind of crazy and very boisterous and pontificated I was expressing my opinion.
Right now.
It was rough. And I was pushing all sorts of buttons. Like I still push buttons. It was much worse. I wound up going through my entire history at some point, and I was like, is this something that I really want to put out there?
I feel you.
Now,
I think about that.
The stuff that you put out, I don't think the stuff you're putting out's that bad though.
For me, you have to understand. For me, that's wild.
Okay,
that's wild.
Yes, it's wild for you. It's tame for me.
I get it. I'm not gonna be. I have some friends like yourself. I have some friends that are very witty, very quick, and with their tongue and their pen, they will do it. I don't have that ability. So I'm like, you make me so grrr, and that's about it.
Ooh, apparently John
I
found
am
you.
So frustrated.
John says he laughs seeing your comments to POTUS. There are times I don't engage with you, and that's just, if I don't engage, don't think it's not because I didn't see it. It's likely because I was too busy laughing to type.
Fair enough.
Because there's a lot of times that I'll pull it up and I'm like, oh no, he didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Platform number 3 that I spend time on, that is where for consumption, I would say probably TikTok. I need a palate cleanser after doing some...
The mindless scroll.
I need the mindless scroll. It's probably I would say half hour on average. And it's typically right at bedtime. Like
Question.
I am falling asleep and I couldn't find anything left on YouTube. And then it's, yeah.
That was my kind of my question. What do you use it for? Is it intentional? I guess, are you there intentionally to spend, I'm a 30-minute palate cleanse kind of a thing?
Yep.
Or do you find yourself scrolling and 30 minutes has elapsed?
No, I do it intentionally. 30 minutes has lapsed. I go for a palate cleanse and I think 5 minutes, and then 30 minutes has passed. And it's like when I'm laying in bed and the phone gets heavy and I think it's going to fall on my face, then it's like, oh, I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the sign.
Yeah. So it's probably about that. That's typically where it's at. But here's the thing. My number 3, I say TikTok because I think it has just a little bit of an edge. But it could on any given day be Instagram or Facebook. And those are really the only platforms that I'm consuming stuff off of. I'm not talking podcast platforms.
Yeah.
If I was, then Spotify might be number 2. Because maybe number 1 at times.
Just when you're working, listening to something.
Yeah. Bus routes and stuff, because I've got the bone conducting ones, so open ear. And it's just putting in, and that's typically like YouTube type podcast, the Think Media podcast, Diana's Entree Leadership podcast. Occasionally I'll listen back to one of these if I was trying to find a clip or something. Stuff like that. Video Creators, Video Hub, Creators Hub. What else? Daily Mail, The Steve Day Show, stuff like that. Or I'll just search for something because it's like, I think I sent you that one that I found, it was like how to create an online course. And it was like, how are we going to do this? And how do I do that? So I was doing a search for it and trying to figure that out. And that was Spotify that I used to find that one. So that's typically it. But my number 3, number 4, number 5, they're all right around a half hour.
Yeah.
But I think TikTok just barely gets an edge only because it's easier to fall into a hole on that. So that would be, about a half hour on those, if give or take.
Favorite creator was Nerf Cart.
I don't know as I've got a favorite. It's Cartnarks, but I don't know if I've actually got a favorite creator.
See, isn't that weird? Like they don't
on
exist on that
TikTok?
platform, really. You have a couple that you kind of see regularly because they feed them to you, but it's really pretty spread out.
Hold on. If I were to pull up one, and I don't know if I can even find him. I'm going to try. I imagine if I scroll before too long.
We may have lost him for the episode. He's now in the Matrix. He's in the scroll, deep in the scroll.
Okay, so here's one of them that I get a kick out of on. Let's see if it'll even.
Ooh, there's something. Can't read the name.
It's probably way too dark. This is Abolitionist Rising. And
interesting name.
They are abortion abolitionists. And I love watching their content. Love. And the other one, I can't remember his name. But he goes around and he quizzes people on like Bible trivia, 3 questions for like $100. And he just gives them 3 questions. And he's like, so, who did David defeat? And they're like, Goliath.
Content idea out there, because you got me to thinking. You know the guy who goes around and he asks people like political questions or whatever, like who's the president of the United States or who's the vice president of the United States, and they usually have no stinking clue, and he goes,
"Yep,
yeah, correct," or whatever. I think it would be interesting to go around and ask Bible questions of Christians.
So there wasn't. No, that would be.
It would be hilarious because the answers that you would get, you could just be there. Absolutely.
No. No, I'm not okay with that because there is biblical illiteracy rampant in the church.
Oh, I know. I think it would be hilarious.
And we're not even talking about the tricky questions. Like if I said, how many of each animal did Moses put on the ark? You know, I'm not even talking about that one because people are going to be like, oh, well, 2. And it's like, it was Noah, not Moses. Those are the type of things like I'm not those. People are just going to miss out on this and because they don't know. And
I think it'd be hilarious.
No.
I do.
The one I did like was really cool. He's like, I'll give you $20 if you can tell me a Bible verse. And he would like go through Walmart. All they had to do was tell him a Bible verse and he'd give him $20. And I've seen that guy and he's on TikTok and he does that. And it'll be like a 1-minute video because people are like, sorry, I don't know any. And the saddest part is he was often in the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
And people didn't know. And that was like the hard thing. Now, this other guy that asks them 3 trivia questions, as long as they're getting close, like even if they miss one, it's cool because he extends grace. And he's like, you got 2 out of 3. Here's $100 anyways. So that stuff is kind of cool. I get a kick out of those because they're the feel-good type of stuff. It's the palate cleanse. The Abolitionist Rising I watch a lot, but sometimes that's not a palate cleanse. It just gets my blood boiling a little bit more.
There you go.
But then I also laugh at the stupidity of some people. So there would be that. As far as Facebook, Facebook, I don't really pay attention to anybody that's really creating content on there. So I don't really consume anything. Most of the stuff that I do on Facebook is scrolling through a few times a day to try to figure out if there's anything really in my area or any of my friends that have posted something, and typically not. So it's usually more of like my wife or my mom or my daughter or a friend that said, hey, did you see this on Facebook? And then I go find it. And that happens pretty much on a daily basis. So there's no favorite creator there. Instagram, I use it primarily for communication, just in talking with people with DMs, and catching up on some stories. And that's it. So favorite creator on there. There was one guy that I loved watching the stuff that he put out because every week it was this amazing video. It was drone footage and it dropped every Monday, and it had
you had
just
me for
another
a second.
manic Monday.
I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. If they did it on Mondays.
Mavic Mondays, the blast from the past. I miss those. I'm going to start making Mavic Mondays.
You threaten that every time, and I go, I'm going to make my own Mavic Monday, and it never happens.
I'm going to threaten it, and you know what I think I should do? I should get this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a video. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you about it. I'm going to make a vlog about this. I now have a great vlog idea.
There we go. We inspired him.
Vlog idea.
Yeah. Go ahead. Write it down. Next to never let Joshua.
Mavic Monday. Jarrod.
Well, for me,
mad.
Speaking of third platform, mine is Instagram. So, been using Instagram a whole lot more because I don't use TikTok. I hate TikTok. I'm going to use that term. I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate TikTok.
Can we call it Tic Tac from now on?
Old Ticky Tack.
Yeah, let's call it Tic Tac.
I got on it, same as everybody else. It sucked me into the hole, the abyss. I didn't like how I felt afterwards from scrolling, mindlessly scrolling, and the discomfort of not knowing whether China was harvesting my information or not. Not that I care, because they have everyone's information. That seems to be where everybody's going.
What's the difference between China harvesting our information and Sleepy Joe doing it?
I might trust China more. That's the difference.
That almost came out.
I seriously, because yeah. So got off of that.
Yep.
Instagram is probably 15 to 20 minutes a day, and it's all business purposes as far as consumption. I am just doing research. I'm using it for networking, and I'm using it to figure out how to market to, how do you say this? To, I can't call them middle-aged because they're not quite middle-aged. I'm trying to market to women that are above Gen Z age.
Gen X.
So I'm looking for Gen X and millennials. I am figuring out how to market to them at current. So
I don't know. I mean, I think I would consider myself being close to being middle-aged. I mean, the average life expectancy is what, like 78, something like that.
Just in case we have any ladies watching that might fit that demographic, I am never going to be calling them
Well, we do,
middle-aged.
because my wife would fit that demographic. You just called her
Well, I
middle-aged.
will not be calling her middle-aged. That's why I said we are going to be figuring
What
out how to market
is
to a Gen
middle-aged?
X.
Middle-aged. Oh, a person about 45 to 65, thus saith Oxford Languages Dictionary.
So right there, a little below middle age. Okay, that's where I'm shopping.
Wikipedia says the period beyond young adulthood, but before the onset of old age. That is, Encyclopedia Britannica says middle age commencing at about 40 years old is followed by old age at about 60 years old.
Whew. Hey, listen,
So?
don't let anybody call you old.
And Collins Dictionary says 40 to 60. Prevention.com, a health thing, says it's 40s and 50s. So 40 to 60.
There you go.
So that's kind of the demographic that you're aiming for.
Right. The ladies on Instagram right now. They seem to be the ones.
Which
with
that's the
purchasing power.
platform that they
That's
are
their
more
thing.
dominant on.
Yes. So that one, I don't care to learn TikTok. I'm just gonna have to be behind the 8 ball on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I also consume, like you said, I also consume podcasts like
Tic-tac.
crazy. Don't do any tic-tacky. I'm trying to stay away from it. But podcasts I do. I love Sean Foyt. I love who else?
Oh, yeah.
Podcasters out there. Just anybody who's consistent. Love Joe Rogan. Any of those guys who are getting out there. Dustin, what's he got to do? Got to go?
He said you got to go.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the sauce.
Question about podcasts. Do we consider podcast social media platforms?
I think so. I think we're going to have to incorporate it in. And now it's not, as far as like somebody's produced something, we're consuming it. It is social. We're finding out about their lives, especially something like this.
I
Like
think
where we're talking not deep, but like
okay, but
we're having a conversation over our lives. That's
social.
pretty social. There
But
are
to me-
comments going off right now. Granted, we're on YouTube, but somebody's going to be listening to that and could possibly comment back, and we would still get it. So it's social.
But they would have to go to one of our social platforms.
You can't comment on wherever you are, wherever we have it host. They can't send a comment to you.
Not that I'm aware of. Like,
You
okay,
can on
so
Anchor.
Spotify, Anchor, yeah. Spotify, you can do that. You can leave some comments, but it's only if they've set it up that way.
Okay.
But most of the others, the only type of interaction you get is to leave a rating or a review. And like, that's about it. You get one chance to really type in, this show is hot garbage. Or these guys are amazing. I just don't know if they're actually pastors. It's like, that's
These
the best
are
you
in
can
no
do.
way real comments.
Whereas on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
I get you.
LinkedIn, there is more of a social interaction. That's where I just wonder, like, I think that's the next iteration of it. I think that's where so here's where I think the number one podcasting platform out there is YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Whether people want to believe it or not, the statistics are there. More people consume podcasts on YouTube than any other platform out there. And it's like a 2-to-1
Yeah, it's
or
not
3-to-1. It's not even close. And then on the next one is Spotify. Apple does not have a stronghold. Okay, Apple, you coined the term podcast. Well, guess what? Everybody else is doing it better than you. And why? Because you want to keep people at an arm distance and limit what they're able to do. And you're Apple. You make tech. You don't make social platforms. And that's where everything is kind of coming together. It's why I believe that, you've got like Comic-Cons for everything. People want to meet and interact with people that they watch and consume content from. They want that interaction. They want to say, hi, how you doing? Hey, I loved this. Like Logan and I just went to a wrestling show this last weekend. Met John Moxley, one of the guys that we get a kick out of watching every week on AEW Dynamite. And to walk up and to shake his hand and say, hey, good to meet you. And then get a picture taken with him and be like, hey, just that alone is just like, that is cool to have that. Social platforms allow us to do that. That's where I just wonder is, are podcast platforms, I think that Apple and Stitcher and Buzzsprout and I don't know, iHeartRadio and however other many that are out there, they are media platforms and maybe distribution platforms, but I don't know is that they're social media platforms, because there's that social component. YouTube definitely is. Spotify, I think it's getting there. I think they're wanting to do it because they've already added in the video element. They've already added in where you can do questions and you can do polls and stuff like that. So I think they're adding some of that in, which could be amazing, especially if they open that up to not just the podcast side of it, but even to the music side of it. Can you imagine being able to leave a comment for one of your favorite musicians? Like, when do you get to do that? You'd have to do a meet and greet, or go to their YouTube channel, but most of them, they're not even manning the YouTube channel. And they're not going to man the Spotify either, but still, I think there's something there.
I think you're right.
But
I think there is something there. I don't think anybody catches YouTube at all in this space. I think they continue to pull away. I have been wrong about somebody, though. I'll tell you that, Josh, when you were right. As much as I hate them, Ticky Tacky, they have hung around longer than I thought that they would, and the public embraced them more openly than I thought that they would. And I think they're going to be hard for the U.S. government to get rid of. I think they could put restrictions and restraints on that, but I don't know. I don't see how you do now. I think it's kind of off to the races.
So the easiest thing that they could do, we're not supposed to get political. The easiest way to restrict TikTok is to do and basically force their hand like you forced every other social platform. You cannot have minors on the platform, the under 13s. If they somehow figure out how to lock that down and shut it down, which granted, the kids are going to bypass it because they do on everything else. But the fact that YouTube is primarily the only social network out there that really does play nice when they get restrictions and things. I mean, they created a whole YouTube Kids app just for that, so they could pull the targeted advertisements for children off there. Yeah, I know YouTubers themselves were upset about that because that meant they lost ad revenue. Don't care. Marketing directly to children like that, it's like, that's a little iffy. So YouTube at least played nice with that. I think that the only route to really kind of wipe TikTok out is to leverage what YouTube does, because shorts are exploding and dominating. And it's getting much easier. I just went through a shorts binge session for 10 minutes on my TV. On my TV, that's where I just sat back and I just started watching shorts. And I could
that reminds me.
Flip through.
So how much TV do you watch now? Since you are on YouTube, Twitter, what was the other one? TikTok.
It really varies. Today, I haven't been on at all. I probably won't. I'll get on for YouTube, as I get ready to crawl in bed, and that's about it.
I think that's important because that's kind of where this whole conversation is going, especially for our audience, is that's where people are.
Yeah.
We're not even watching TV anymore because we're all on social.
Well, and here's the thing. Most of the TV that I watch is YouTube TV.
Yep.
And it's now, and football season, when that comes in, I bought NFL Sunday Ticket. I am glad YouTube has it. It's about time. I will be consuming all of that.
And watch ye all of it.
Yes, I will watch every single Minnesota Vikings game and love it, even when they're losing. Why? Because that's what we do. No, I do watch. I'd say I don't know. On average, probably about the same amount of TV I watch as YouTube. It's probably a pretty good mix in there. Because that would be the other thing. But there are times I'll try to turn on the TV to find something and I can't find anything, and then it's just whatever. and then I'm just kind of done with it. But I do a lot of binge watching when I do TV. So I'll find a program or something, and then I binge the whole thing. Wrestling's about the only thing that I'm watching on a regular weekly basis. And I'm not even watching all that. I can't watch all that. I mean, there's 3 hours on Monday. There's, I think, 2 hours on Tuesday. There's 2 hours on Wednesday. I believe there's 4 hours on Thursday. There is 4 hours or 3 hours on Friday. There's soon to be another 2 hours on Saturday, depending on if there's a pay-per-view, and then there could be like 6 hours on a Saturday. And if there's a pay-per-view on a Sunday, you're looking at 3 to 4 there. Like there's 20 plus hours just in the top, like 3-4 promotions out there. So there's way too much.
Didn't realize that. Had no clue.
Yeah, I can't keep up and watch it all. So it's typically, that's where YouTube comes in, because I watch the recaps on a lot of things.
Catch the highlights of it.
Yeah, or Wednesday Night Dynamite's the one that I watch on a regular basis, but fast forward through a lot of that.
There was one year in the Air Force, a buddy of mine and I, we decided we were going to try and watch every day that sports were playing football. Every game that we could possibly, that was available to us. And we watched straight. It was like I can't remember what it was in the season, but we took a significant amount of time, and we were watching Thursday, because it came on Thursday night. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday all day for college, Sunday for your pro teams, Monday night football.
Too.
It was a grind.
Well, and
we're
now
gonna do this, we can make it.
Yeah, now with the XFL and the USFL in, even after the NFL is done, they keep going. Like XFL's wrapped up, and now the USFL is starting into their season, and as soon as they wrap up, you've got, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks off until the preseasons start in again. It's an all year round thing. Yeah, the people that like get into every single sport that's out there, like I just can't do it. I can pick 2. I get wrestling and football, and I don't care if people say that wrestling's not a sport. It's a sport. It's also entertainment.
Hey, man, those guys are athletes. Those guys are absolute athletes.
Any other athlete that has come in, and they will flat out say, you have to be an athlete. You've got to be athletic to be able to do this. There's nothing about it. Now, they're not only athletes, they're also actors, which is insane. And then you think of somebody like Logan Paul, who comes in and he's able to dominate and like no formal training whatsoever. And he comes in and in just a matter of weeks, all of a sudden he can put on a WrestleMania caliber match. And I'm like,
so which Paul got in trouble? Which was the Paul that
Logan?
Is Logan? That dude came out of the ashes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and he's always in controversy. But he's a guy that he lives on the edge. His podcast title is maybe the best title for who he is. It's called Impulsive. He is an impulsive individual. Whatever he's feeling in the moment, he chases after it. He becomes very zealous for it, right or wrong, indifferent. And he has a very minimal filter. So that gets him into trouble. Like, because it's bound. If you don't have a filter, like we have filters and we're still bound to get in trouble. He doesn't have one. And so he's obviously bound to get in it. And he pushes it and he tries to jump on the next big thing. He rides the wave. Like, and when you're riding that wave, man, you're going to crash and burn sometime.
It kind of sounds like his mentality is like Trump's.
Yeah.
Trump's is basically, it doesn't matter. There's no bad press. As long as they're talking about you, you're winning.
Yeah. And I think part of him has thought about that. And then when it was really bad press and he thought about why it was, then he showed true remorse and he just kind of went dark for a while. And then as he came back, was very apologetic, and at least it was an honest and sincere apology. And I think that's the one thing, no matter who you are out there, if you can come in with a genuine remorse and repentance, I think there's always a redemption story through that. It's when you show zero remorse, there is a point where you can go too far And if you don't show remorse,
Yeah.
you're not coming back from that. Like you'll find yourself completely blacklisted. And for good reason. I mean, there's a lot that get blacklisted for no reason, but
Which is hilarious because I was just listening to a guy tell a story today about Russell Brand. Do you remember why he was canceled before canceling was a thing the first time? I didn't either. And he was giving a comment basically. He showed up. He used to be on MTV, right?
yeah.
He shows up on 9/12 after 9/11 dressed as Osama bin Laden.
Oh.
talking. It's not funny, but making some off-color jokes. And what's funny about this, to me, why I'm laughing, is his defense. He goes, "I have no defense. Listen, it was just as bad as what you think it is." He goes, "There's a lot of cocaine involved."
I mean, I knew he had a drug problem, and he is, I think he considers himself a recovering addict from it. So yeah, there's definitely that, but yeah, that's
those personalities, man. Some of those guys have recovered from a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. Well, anyway, no, I was curious about that because
hey, before
before
we wrap up, because I know we got to wrap this episode up. Before we do that, we talked about just consumption. Let's talk about creation real quick in rapid fire setting. Okay. So
you don't want to hear about my TV consumption?
Oh yes, TV consumption. Do you have TV consumption?
Not really. We sit down once, depending on what's going on in our world. So obviously, since we've been working a lot lately, we sit down rarely. So maybe one episode, maybe two nights a week, depending on what's running. So the Rookie, it depends on whatever's on the backlog. The Rookie, Mandalorian.
Is Nathan Fillion not the best?
He's the best. I love him in everything that he does.
Best.
Firefly Castle, all the way through.
Is the greatest ever. Space Cowboy.
And the writers of Castle, if you ever watched Castle, incorporated Firefly
where he showed up on the Halloween episodes, and they're like, "What are you dressed as?" And he's like, "Space Cowboy." I lost it,
dude. There were so many references.
Yes,
he's running through.
And what was the
Chinatown.
Firefly was the show. The movie was Serenity.
Yes,
is that right? Yeah.
So Richard Castle's running through Chinatown, and they're doing their thing, and he gets into like this speakeasy type of a deal, but they're Chinese, and so Beckett, who's the lead female, she's like, "What are you talking about? How did you know Chinese?" He's like, "It was on this fantastic sci-fi film back there." He makes reference for it. It's like I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Yes.
Rookie. So once we watch those shows, we try to do one. We try to get some family time, and sometimes it involves sitting around watching a TV show. On good seasons, we're watching maybe one a night. So, but love our TV shows for sure. That's our consumption. Rapid fire. You go first. Your production.
Number one production platform. Now, I multi-purpose a lot, but I would say still that the top production platform is YouTube. Even when you guys haven't seen me on here, if I'm not producing on YouTube, I'm not producing anywhere. If I'm not producing for YouTube, I'm really not producing anywhere. So I would say that YouTube is number one. Number two, I'm going to go with, I don't know, Twitter.
Ooh. Okay.
After that, Instagram, Facebook, Meta. Okay. It's a combo between the two, because the only thing I'm really producing on there, I'm thinking some post that I will make, or a picture that I might post, or stories, and I pretty much share cross platforms. And I don't produce anything for TikTok solely or exclusively. So TikTok only gets the hand-me-downs anymore if it's not from something else. So that's where it is. Like I would say, YouTube, Twitter, only because I think I post more on there than I do on the other platforms, and then Meta.
So, what's your guess for me?
For
my production.
Same.
Negative. Now here's where the trick comes in. Because I run a production company. Personal, you would be right. Personal, absolutely.
Personal,
YouTube
yep.
leads the way. For what I actually work on. So what people may not know is production company. You guys see what I produce on my channel. That's maybe 10%.
Yeah.
Maybe of what I do. So I would say the majority is Facebook, Instagram, number 1 and 2. And it would be a dead heat for that. YouTube, number 3. And then personally, I'm just YouTube. And then, the random tweet.
Yep.
And I'm a ghost town on Instagram. I don't even do TikTok.
And as you were just saying, what's the target audience that you're aiming for with the production company in mind? I would say you're hitting on the right places, because it would be Instagram, then Facebook, then YouTube, Twitter, and there's no point on TikTok. LinkedIn might be something that that might be one to kind of
just now getting in.
Yeah. Or the only other one is, have you messed with Pinterest at all?
No, I don't want any part of Pinterest. I'm open for anything. If I have a client come to me and say, oh my goodness, I've got to have Pinterest, I'll figure it out.
I don't know how many still use it, but that's the only one when I'm thinking about that demographic, because that's a very female heavy use, like very heavy there. Very few.
I just noticed. This is off topic a smidge, but I've just noticed that the females in that demographic are the ones calling the shots right now. I don't know where the men, well, at least in business decisions for my group, the men are on YouTube, but they don't want to produce anything. It's weird. It's a very weird deal. Just side note, food for thought. Ladies are driving commerce right now. Ladies are driving marketing.
But for personal production, But for personal production,
YouTube 1,000%. A couple tweets, nothing on Insta, nothing on TikTok,
and nothing on Facebook either. Well,
no, not really. I post.
No.
I do some stuff for the church, but nothing for me. Yeah. I share stuff every now and again if somebody says, "Oh, this is cool," or if I'm,
Can I give you a little nugget here?
Let's have it.
If you're wanting to expand a little bit of reach on Facebook, and you're not really using your Facebook profile much, and you don't mind utilizing your profile for business purposes, look into making it a professional profile. You can turn on professional profile. My Facebook reach has blown up. It's insane. And it's one of the new toys that Facebook put out there. So hey, would you like to do this?
You're going kind of like what Instagram was doing, where you can be a creator. You can be a business or a creator, and they let you have that option on Facebook.
They do that from your profile. And Facebook is doing it different from Instagram. Instagram is like, you have to set this. And then if you change it at all, you're going to lose like everything. Facebook is like, you can turn it off at any time. But I'm noticing that like ad revenue is starting to come in on Facebook where it doesn't come in on on any other platform from Reels. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anywho, that was just kind of interesting. All right. Got anything else you want to talk to these guys about?
Not today. We'll save that for tomorrow.
All right. Well, tomorrow.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. We might actually have a post going up tomorrow.
Ooh.
Look out for it. It's a goodie. All right. That's it. Stay blessed. Enjoy God's best. Have a great week.